Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I got my fucking head cut off here. Yo, I'm sitting on the bone throne right now. Fucking, yo, brought to you by Night Shift Merchandise and Deathmatch Worldwide. I'm mad fucking pumped for this interview. You have no idea, man. I got fucking the Gator in the motherfucking building, dude. Straight out of the Swamp Sound in Florida. What are you doing in my swamp? Motherfucking Hunter Young, dude. I'm so juiced for this interview. I've been wanting to get this guy on probably since I talked to Theo from Weeping, man. This guy has his hand in so many fucking pots. He's doing so much crazy shit. And the thing that really touches me about this guy's music is that whether he is producing, whether he is mixing, whether he is fucking making the music himself, whether he's doing it live, he is doing it consistently. He is making good quality music. With no further ado, I bring to you the man himself, Hunter Young.
What up?
Dude, oh my God, dude. I'm like so juiced, bro. So fucking, I gotta talk about, the first thing I gotta jump into was how I heard about you. It was the fucking credits on Ethereal Suffering in the Light of God. That EP is fucking crazy. If you listen to their demo and then you listen to what you did on that project with their fucking tone, the way everything came together was insane, dude. Like how the fuck did you do that? Theo said, I went to the studio, I plugged into his shit and he made it sound crazy. Like,
That's like actual like pedals, like not like VST shit really. That is definitely I listened to their demo like ahead of time, just kind of like getting ready for it. And I was like, well, it sounds like it's supposed to be like HM2 S tone. So yeah, man, I had a tone that I used for one of my own bands, and I was like, damn, I wonder if I could do the same thing and tweak it a little bit. And it definitely helped that EP a lot. That whole thing was a clusterfuck for sure, but we made it work.
yeah,
So
sonically that shit is insane, man. I was like, who the fuck mixed this? Like, and what tripped me out the most was after I listened to it, I looked you up because you're in the credits, and then I seen how you're recording these people. And it was just when I was just getting into like really following, like the metal scene. Like I was listening to shit for a long ass time, like a casual listener, like, ooh, this project's cool. Trevor from Black Dahlia shared this shit, I'll give it a listen, but at this point I started really looking, and coming from doing hip hop for like fucking 10 years, I was tripping because that's how you guys are fucking recording this shit. Like I see you with your studio. You remind me of my one homie that like he went to fucking college for the shit and he has the whole setup like when you go to his house. And I'm like, this dude's recording guitar in a bedroom, but making it sound doper than fucking like what these labels are putting out.
yeah, man, you just got to do like you just play the cards you're dealt. You know what I mean? So that's always. So I have a partner at the studio, Brandon, and we'll get some like pretty bad source material sometimes, and it's just like, well, damn, how do we make this sound as dope as possible? So the two of us especially have gotten really good at some tricks, So it's definitely cool. I like doing it. The amount of death metal we've done in the last like year or two is just exponentially more than anything else lately. And it's cool to be known for that. You know what I mean? That's like my bread and butter. Like obviously I do other stuff outside of death metal, but generally if you want to record with the two of us, that's what you're doing in some capacity.
Yeah, that shit takes a lot of skill, man, to make shit sound good. And it's funny you say that because you got your hand in a lot of pots. Like I said earlier, you're in Moodring, and you're about to take off on a tour pretty soon for that, right?
Yeah, just a few more weeks now. It's coming up way too fast. So
Dude, I want to tell you about Moodring. Now, I know you call it butt rock, but I got to tell you
oh
this,
yeah.
man. Moodring, that's a genre that is really hard to make good. Like I feel like there are a million bands that try to do that genre, that try to tackle that shit that totally suck. One of them being Deftones. I fucking hate the Deftones. A lot of people, dude. I swear to God. I swear to God. I
I'm
listen
the
to.
I'm the wrong one.
Oh, you're Deftones fan. Oh
I have
shit.
the fucking white pony tattooed on my face. So
My bad.
yeah.
But it's funny. It's funny because I wanted to compliment Moodring because I feel like Moodring is what Deftones should sound like.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just kind of like the goal of Moodring in general was is I wanted to do like shoegazy stuff, like while still being marketable. Like I didn't want like the entire point of that band is to not have a ceiling. It's to like literally do like whatever we want. So it's like I don't know. We're definitely like catchier. You know what I mean? I could say that. So it's kind of the point of that band is just to be as like literally as catchy as possible and like write whatever we want really, you know, especially like on the newer stuff. We just didn't really we weren't listening to a song and being like, well, I want to sound like that. You know, it's just we just did whatever the fuck we wanted to do.
As far
So
as like your lyrics writing, like that shit, the thing I really like about Moodring is that the lyrics resonate. You know, like it doesn't. It's really strange how like it's very difficult to do that as a songwriter. I can't fucking put. I could put some shit out that makes sense to me, and I'll say it to somebody else, and they'll be like, "What the fuck?" You know. But like, it really takes skill to like put out that kind of shit. Where do you get that from? Like your inspiration.
there's kind of like two trains of thought with it. So essentially, I'm not the only person who writes lyrics in Moodring. Like, you know, it is a collaborative effort for sure. But I kind of came to the realization when we first started doing the project, it was like when I'm writing heavy music, you can scream whatever, and it doesn't really necessarily have to make sense, and it'll sound cool. When you're singing, it's like not always the case. So I don't with Moodring especially. I don't like to shroud like shit in metaphor or like make it this big like heady like fucking thing. I just want if I'm I just want to say what I want to fucking say, you know. So even when the others are like collaborating writing, I'm very into that. I'm like just fucking just say it. So that's probably has something to do with it, you know.
Yeah, dude, that shit is like it's a fucking trip, man. You do everything. You do it all. And it's all good.
I
Like,
do. I'm fucking busy out here.
yeah, man, like I seen so have you ever gotten some shit from an artist and been like, I can't touch this, or I gotta refer you to somebody else, or like this is just not up to my standard type shit, like I can't do it.
Uh, yes to both of those. Like I've gotten stuff that I just didn't think I could help really because I didn't really know that I could do anything with it personally. And I've also gotten stuff where I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this, you know. And it sucks because it's my livelihood, but at the same time, like I'm trying to get better about not taking on work that I don't think that I can, you know, do well on. There's a lot of shit that came out, especially like pre-pandemic and during the pandemic that I had worked on that I'm not a fan of, you know, that I didn't do my best on. And I don't want to do that anymore, like ever. So I've had bands I really like hit me up to record that aren't, you know, that aren't death metal. And I've had to be brutally honest and be like, yo, I'm not the guy for this job. You know, you should definitely hire someone else. So
Yeah, does it feel how does it feel compared to like cuz for me as a musician, like listening to a lot of my body of work, sometimes I'll go back and play it and I'll be like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like I cringe when I listen to my own shit sometimes. Like you ever get that feeling with your
mm-hmm.
music about shit, and then how does it feel listening to some shit you're not 100 on that you did for somebody else from back then?
For myself, I don't. It doesn't really happen anymore. Not that I think I'm like God's gift to songwriter or anything. I just kind of got into this headspace of it's a time and a place. Like maybe I did feel that way in a time or place, and maybe that was the sound that I want to make in that moment. You know, if I don't like it anymore, it's the past. You know, when I don't do well on someone else's music, I feel like shit. Like it never goes away. You know, it never it just sucks. So that's a big point of big problem that we or not a problem, but like something I'm really trying to work on is only taking something I know that like I'll crush.
Yeah.
So
That's fucking cool, man. You ever get some shit that someone gave you and you're like, this is it right here. Like this is some crazy ass like fucking like someone's giving you like the holy grail of some stems or some shit. You're like, this I can't wait to fucking hear this.
most of the stuff I work on, I actually like record and produce. I will mix stuff from other people. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
mixing a band of that I really really like soon. Brandon and I are, I should say. Um, but most of the time we just make that shit in the studio. You know what I mean? I'm just like, come through with your songs. Let's go. I mean, the last Weeping 3 songs was pretty fucking insane. That was nuts. And I think we did the whole thing in like 24 hours. So it was crazy.
Yeah, I remember talking to
So
Theo when he was heading over there for that. I was like, dude, I got to hear this shit. And he's calculated as hell with his releases, man. Like with his timing of shit. I remember I was like, when's that new stuff coming out? And he was like, you'll see the announcement. Like, just wait, be patient on it. It's going to be worth it when it comes out, you know?
for sure, I think it's such a step up from the EP too. I just think that everything they've done has like been like a big step up in terms of like. I was talking to Brandon, my partner, about this too the other day. I said, listen to the EP and then listen to the 3 songs. I was like, the quality like is just so much fucking better. And they're only a year apart too. It just shows that, like if you keep grinding at your craft, like you will get better.
Yeah, I feel, maybe they were really motivated after dropping that EP too, because that shit was hot. And it's like sometimes you get that momentum and then you just keep rolling with it. And I think the addition of the Bodybox feature was just like that was something that like as a fan, dude, of that kind of shit, I was just juiced to when I saw the track listing. I was like, no fucking way. Bodybox on here too. Like, how does it feel to be able to pull out like a weapon from your arsenal like that for a project?
Well, it was funny as fuck because like generally, if I end up writing any riffs on an artist I'm working with stuff, it doesn't say like featuring Hunter Young. It's just I'm producing your record, so it's kind of bound to happen. But I wrote that mosh part, and then I remember being like, "Damn, this part is so sick." And Harrison was here, wasted, and I said, "Harrison, throw vocals on this shit," and he did. So I said, "Just make it say featuring Bodybox." And originally I wanted them to do a music video for it, and then Harris and I would like cut our own parts of us like doing a bunch of dumb shit, but we just didn't have time. He's been on tour forever, and I've been incredibly busy too. So, but yeah, it's still fucking cool.
Yeah, didn't you say Bodybox is gonna be touring, but they're gonna have to have a fill in?
Yeah, my homie's gonna fill in for me because I the unfortunate thing is that with Moodring I can't get a fill in to come sing for me, but Bodybox it's like I can have someone else come play guitar. It is what it is. When I get off my tour, I'm actually gonna fly out and hang out with them for like close to a week too, and do like the end of that tour essentially. So
How's the vibe with Bodybox, man? Is that the most fun that you've had in a band? Because you guys, every time I see you guys doing anything on social media, I'm like, those are some wild motherfuckers. I showed my homie, he was telling me all this hardcore shit. He showed me like a couple bands, and I won't name the bands, but he said this shit isn't genuine. Some of these hardcore bands are just a bunch of like hipster dudes and some shit. And I was like, oh yeah, well check out this band right here. And I showed him Bodybox, and he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, those guys are from Florida. He was like, it's like if a bunch of Florida men just made this fucking like hardcore band, and it's so cool to see, man.
yeah, dude, it's pretty fucking funny. It's a lot, dude. Like that shit can be really taxing. I'm I'm on the decline with my partying, um, but yeah, it's fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it is. But after a body box weekend, I feel like I need to recover for a long time.
How old are you?
So I'm 28.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're about the
So
same age. I feel you on that. I actually just quit drinking this year because fucking the hangovers, man. They used to be like, oh, whatever, I'm hungover, bro, another beer, and then fucking now it's like out of commission for 3-4 days. Fucking, ugh.
I'm the exact same way. The only way I can keep going is if I keep drinking too, and that's like not healthy. So um, not to get like too personal, I take a medicine for my fucked up brain, so I can't drink on that really. So when I'm partying with Bodybox, I'm not on meds. So otherwise, I'd probably die. Um, but yeah, no, it's super fucking fun. I mean, every time we do anything, like practice is always fun. Shows are crazy. You know, we're in this like spot where dads who fucking love old death metal like really like our bands too, but we also like do really well inside of hardcore too. So it's fucking cool.
Yeah, dude. That it's very rare when I hear some shit for the first time like with metal and then it's just catchy. It sticks in my fucking head, you know. And Bodybox did that to me, so I was like tripping off of that shit.
The riffs are hard, and Harrison's yelling about cocaine. So I mean, it's fucking. What more could you ask?
Dude, that's so crazy. I didn't even know anything about the Bodybox lyrics, and that's fucking hilarious. 'Cause I actually, when I found the most success, when I was doing hip hop, was when I started screaming about cocaine. I used to come out on the stage and I would yell, "I sell more cocaine than you fucking weigh," and then like everybody would just be like, "What the fuck? What's this little?" Because I was hella skinny. I was like maybe a buck 20, back then.
Right.
So yeah, I'd come out there and they're just like, "Who's this little motherfucker?" And yeah, dude, screaming that shit. It gets
Yeah.
people crazy.
Yeah. Listen to the song "Carving." It's definitely him talking about cocaine. Most of those lyrics are about like his like really fucked up life, like in the trailer park and shit. It's very real stuff, you know. So it's definitely Florida man. Besides our bassist, who's like a Long Island straight edge dude, but he's he likes guns and shit, so he's Florida man by proxy.
Yeah, yeah.
So
When you I want to talk about the artwork. I'll pull it up here in the edit. The artwork for Microwave Weed. That was the most um probably one of my top fucking covers from anything. Um or in the last year, in 2021. How did you commission that and how did you feel about it when you saw it?
Rama Gut Slaughter did that art. So I believe Harrison just contacted her and wasn't cheap, tell you that. But yeah, it was fucking sick. I mean, there's so much going on in that art. If you like look inside the trailer, there's like literally a microwave with weed in it, and and all sorts of shit happening. And then obviously there's dead people and chickens. So, dude, the chicken thing has like become like a mascot for the band, like low key, and it's funny as shit. That art is awesome. So
Yeah, that's. Do you guys have any merch with that still on it or still in stock? Like fucking.
probably I'm probably on nightshift.com,
Yeah. Oh, night shift
So
all day, dude. I got the Grave fucking Croc charms, and you have no idea. They're better than the actual Croc charms that you can get from the Croc store. Those motherfuckers at the Croc store fall out. My Graveview shit, I can be running from the police. I could be doing any type of shit, any degenerate activities, and that shit will not come out.
that's so sick. Um, yeah, no, night shift is awesome. It's in my hometown. Like I'm from Daytona. I don't live there right now, but I mean Dylan from Bodybox works there. If I'm in town, I have to, obligatory. I've got to go. So Kareem's the shit, Alex is the shit, Dylan's the shit, Matt's the shit. So it's
Yeah,
definitely
man.
it's an awesome place.
Yeah, Kareem is like my foster father, man. That guy fucking he changed my life, man. Like
That's
seriously.
awesome.
I was down and out.
He's
I was depressed, bro. COVID, that shit sucked.
he's a good fucking dude. Like he really is. So
Yeah, I used to stand Black Dahlia and shit like hella hard. I fucking all about Trevor. Like damn near every band that I heard of when I started getting into like deeper into the current scene was like just shit Trevor was reposting on Twitter and shit. And then I started buying Night Shift merch like a motherfucker for all these different bands. Just started buying shit for anything that looked cool. Pretty much, I'm just like, all right, I'm getting this. I'm getting
yeah,
this.
for sure. Yeah, Trevor is the homie. He puts on for Bodybox and Moodring really hard. I appreciate that dude.
Yeah, man. It's
So
it's funny because like people talk about artists that like kind of get out of touch when they get up there. Like like I got a running joke where I'm poking at Chris Barnes every week on my other podcast, and like every title of our podcast is something different about Chris Barnes, and like you know, a lot of these dudes, like, they get up there and they just forget about, like, you know, the scene, but it's like there's so much. Even you even see it in the scene, man. Like, I don't know if you heard the butt incantation, but yeah, fucking, we did that because of we did it because of that. Basically, it's in the song, you know, why we did that. But it's like, how could you be in a scene and still not be putting on the scene? You know what I mean? Like, you got to show nothing but
Did
love
you
and
do that?
gratitude. Yeah, I did the verse on that shit.
Michael was involved in that too.
Yeah, he made the beat. We were just chilling one day on a Warf Alerts Wednesday, and the whole idea came out.
That's fuck. Yeah, it's funny as fuck. The night it came out, I was hanging out with him on a live with Johnny from Frozen Screams and Theo. I thought it was funny as fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, I like that band, but the pretentious attitude around it is a lot. It's a lot to fucking stomach.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's one thing to, like, know you're the shit, you know, and be humble about it, but when you're like, yeah, I'm the shit, like, that, it's some different ass thing, man. Like, I mean,
they've been like that for a long time. It's nothing new.
Yeah. See,
I mean, go ahead.
I didn't know that because I fucking don't pay attention to shit. I actually listened to their new project thinking it was a fucking... I'm listening to it for like 15 minutes, like, where's the fucking guitar at, you know? Because I don't pay shit attention to, like, the major, you know, like, news outlets and shit like that.
Nah, you can't. I just I've interacted with them in the past, and, like, to each their own. I mean, they don't like shit, you know. Who am I to tell them that they're not obligated to like shit? You know what I mean? But at the same time, dude, you think I like stuff? Not really. You know, there's so much out there that I don't like. But am I, like, publicly talking about it? No. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, you can't punch down, man. Like,
like, let people enjoy things. Jesus Christ.
What would you say is your, like, biggest guilty pleasure out of last year? Like, is there some shit that you wouldn't be, like, Gucci Mane said it about Eminem. Like, I wouldn't be driving around slapping that shit. Like, is there something, but it's good, but I wouldn't be driving around slapping that shit. Is there some shit you got like that?
So I think what he meant by that was he knows it's good, but he doesn't listen to it on his own time. I don't think it's a guilty pleasure for him. I mean, dude, most of the music let's pull up my Spotify real fast. I don't know, dude. I'm not, like, I listen to a lot of shit. So, I mean, I don't know. I've been on a huge fucking Mudvayne binge lately.
Yo,
so.
Dude, I gotta tell you the story, man. When I was fucking 13 years, no, when I was 15 years old, fucking MetalSucks.net had this caption contest where it showed this dude that was wearing he was wearing corpse paint, and he's sitting in the middle of, like, a fucking mall, like a shopping mall, and no one's even looking at him. He's just sitting there. And they said, it said, caption this with your funniest caption and you will win an autographed guitar from Mudvayne. I was fucking obsessed with Mudvayne, dude. Like, that song, Nothing to Gain, about Ed Gein, that was, like, my favorite song of all fucking time. Like, I watched Chad Gray perform that shit on the DVD. I had the DVD, and yeah, I was so pumped. I was like, I gotta get that shit. So I commented, how come no one ever comes to my tea parties? And I won. And
that's sick.
They shipped out this Mudvayne guitar to me it was a fucking Washburn, like, you know, one of those, like, it's kind of like a Squire, you know, just like $100 guitar, but it was autographed by all of them. And I was like, dude, this is cool. The shit. My fucking dad, we all ditched school one day, and it was Gears of War 2 came out. We all ditched school. It's like me and 5 of my friends at the house smoking weed, fucking on the patio. You know, my dad was a UPS driver. Dude comes home super pissed because he fucking knows we're there, and the door just flings open, and he goes, "Get the fuck out, everybody!" And I was like, "Oh shit!" So I book it. He's like, "Not you!" Locks me on the patio. First thing he goes for is my skateboard, puts it on the fucking ground, stomps on the fucking skateboard. He can't break it. I start laughing at him. Fucking, he sees me laughing at him and gets even more mad. I'm on the patio behind a glass door, so I can't do anything at this point. Comes out with the Mudvayne guitar, dude, and fucking, bah, like fucking, like he just did a show or some shit. Like destroyed it, completely shattered the fucking thing, dude. The neck split all the way in half down the top. The fucking everything was just fucked, and I still have it like somewhere. But
damn, that's fucked up.
yeah, man, I was. Oh, and then I had to go back to school. He was like, "Go back to class." I had like 2 periods left, man, so I had to walk all the way to school and just sit there like with a 1,000-yard stare, like fuck my Mudvayne guitar.
Yeah, dude, fuck that. I don't know. I don't really have guilty pleasures. I'm not like really scared to listen to anything. I don't know. Like what you like. I think that stigma should be done away with, you know? So I'm not an elitist of anything. I mean, I'm the guy who plays in death metal bands but sings for a butt rock band. So who the fuck am I to tell you that something is lame, you know?
Hey, man, your shit's all good though, man. It's all high quality shit. Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like that's the thing. You are in a position where you can tell people what to listen to, you know?
I'll tell them good I don't know. I'll tell them like there's like dope stuff out there, you know? Like, but there's a 3-song that came out last week by this band called Mongrel that is absolutely insane. I cannot stop listening to it. In terms of heavy, that's heavy music, you know. And besides that, like I don't know. I haven't had a lot of time to listen to music lately. It kind of sucks. I was talking about this like with some artists I had in yesterday that like I have not been listening to shit. Oh, I've been listening to this fucking Gridiron full length like a motherfucker. This shit is crazy. And then the Volcano EP are like probably the only 3 things I've really been listening to.
Yeah, that's Cody, right? In Volcano?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I got to get a hold of him just to talk about Volcano because that shit came out of left field, dude. I saw the artwork for it, and that's funny. I was turned off by the artwork because a lot of shit that it grew on me eventually, but sometimes when I see some crazy ass shit like that, I'm like, oh God, I don't know what I'm expecting out of there. I don't want to listen to it. And I seen it on Instagram, and I was just like, or no, not Instagram, Twitter. I seen it on Twitter, and I was like, I think I might pass on that shit. I'm not gonna listen to it right away. I did the same thing with the new Haxon that just came out of like Ohio, and yeah, dude, I see some like hardcore gore on some shit, and I can't fuck with it. But then I heard that, and oh my God, it makes sense, dude. It's a theme that they got going on.
Oh, gore is a requirement, man. So like it is definitely you need it.
You ever
I've
mix?
got a.
Oh,
What's
sorry.
that?
You ever mix anything
No, you
for
go.
fluids?
No, fuck no. I wish. I have not. I'm pretty. If I don't want to misspeak, but I think Cody did that split that they did together too. Cody like records just as much as I do too. We're just like on very opposite ends of the spectrum. Like where Cody's very much like makes it sound as dirty as possible, where I want it to like sound clean and dirty like simultaneously, you know? So Cody's the shit. Everything that dude touches is fucking gold.
Oh yeah, dude. He put out he did the Snuffed on Sight shit, and Snuffed is whew something else. For real.
Cody did not do Snuffed on Sight.
I think he did the
He did
original no, a long time ago.
Maybe he did one forever ago, but like the EP that they dropped in 2021 and Tales from the Gutter, he did not do Snuffed on Sight. He makes Corpse File side of that, but yeah, I don't know. I know that because I may be working with Snuffed on Sight soon.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we can hope. I did the first 2 Corpse File songs, and then Cody did the second 2 that are on the split they did with Snuffed on Sight.
What do you think about that song title? Well, fuck both of Corpse Pile's song titles, man. I think they're fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's awesome. Love it. Fucking razor wire cock ring.
Yeah, they're hilarious, man. I had them on.
Yeah.
We did like 5 hours, bro. They're fucking clowns. I love those guys.
Oh, you had Jason on?
All of them. I had the whole band, and yeah, we went forever, and it was funny because I was like, razor wire cock ring. It sounds like some jackass shit, and then Landry did a Steve-O impression and sounded exactly like him. It was fucking great.
Damn, that's fucking dope. I've known Jason for a long time. They're sick dudes, sick band. So
Yeah, I'm glad to see them popping, man. Like it was funny. They told me they didn't even know how big Snuffed was until like they were already like halfway through working on the shit, and then they're like, "Oh wow, these dudes got some clout." I guess they got reposted by Carcass on accident, and then Carcass took that
that
shit down.
yeah, I don't know. That did happen. I remember seeing that. So I don't know what's up with that, but I was stoked. I screenshotted it.
Yeah, dude.
So
Fuck yeah. So
yeah, definitely.
when uh when you listened to, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, man, but like I said, this shit's off the cuff. I got a lot of random ass questions to ask you.
No, you're fine.
When you heard Not Dark Yet for the first time, were you able to make it through the entire first track?
Mm, let me refresh my memory. I have not listened to this record in its entirety at all. I'll be completely honest with you. So I don't have that much insight on it, but I probably could.
Ooh.
My music taste is like abysmal. So it's I probably could.
Yeah, they got like, because they went all out with the samples on that album. Like I think all their, that one I felt like I had to take a shower after listening.
There's a new band I'm working with right now. So there's this band from Savannah called Torment Trap, and they came and did a whole full length with me, and it was cool. Like some of it was like brutal death metal stuff. Sometimes it sounded like Crowbar. Sometimes it was like more dissonant. You know, it wasn't like directionless, but they were kind of just doing whatever they wanted. Well, the band split in half after I'd pretty much already finished this full length, so I had to make another record, like for the second part of the band. And the new one, I don't even know what they're calling it yet. It's one of the grossest pieces of music I've ever heard. Like, you want to talk about samples? Like, there's some just disgusting shit on there. Like, I mean, very, very dark. Like, it's real. You know, it's not like it's not movie clips. It's actual snuff shit. And there's one that starts a song where it's a guy in like scuba gear swimming in a vat of shit, and it's pretty fucking vile, like, to say the least. I didn't want to watch like the fucking clips that they were pulling it from, so I made Brandon do it, and I said just strip the audio from this and send it to me, because I'm not like trying to watch like families get, you know, mowed down and shit. So
Dude, I feel you on that. I did one time I did a fucking, I paid this artist for a commission, and I was like, the concept was it's called necrodysmorphia, and
okay,
it's basically, you know, body dysmorphia, but as the chick thinks she looks like she's dead, you know, when she's looking in the mirror. So
that's cool.
yeah, I the artwork came out great. I'll show it to you sometime, but I sent it over to this chick that does the art, and she's actually in school. She's an artist, and then she's in school to do autopsies and shit like that, like in real life. So I was like, oh yeah, and that's a cool tidbit of information or whatever. And she was like, oh, so I was looking at some stuff for the inspiration. What do you think about this? And she started sending me all this gore shit and like cartel shit, and I'm like, I'm fine. I don't need to look at that. Like, I trust what you're doing with the fucking with the piece. Like, just, you know, make it look cool.
Yeah, there's mad cartel killings on that, like samples on that fucking album. It's gonna be fucking sick though. I'm really, 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 really stoked for it to come out. So
Yeah.
as long as you don't know what you're listening to, you're fine.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I totally agree. And I'll tell you, like, sometimes shit sounds worse on the project than it actually is, like, in the video. Like, I know I forgot what shot by Fluids, like the intro, it has like the dude. I've seen that video a whole bunch of times. It never tripped me out, never was disturbing. For something about putting a creepy ass synth behind some shit just makes it so fucked up, where you're just like, oh god, like, you know.
It'll make it worse. Yeah, definitely. If you adding like random elements will always like do that for sure.
Yeah, they just put out that I think it was like an all
So
synth project too, and I had my boy listen to it first. I was like, "Yo, listen to this shit. Tell me if I can fuck with it, man, because I I don't want to go in blind anymore." Feeling young, I knew what I was expecting on that one. I could fuck with that. I like the hi hats. I like all the crazy shit they put on there, and like the drug shit. I don't know. It's not as like disturbing to me as the other shit.
no, yeah, for sure. I've definitely like super desensitized by it, like given my clientele, for lack of a better word. Like they love that shit. So I'm starting to get pretty used to it.
Damn, that's fucking crazy, man. You ever heard about I don't know if you're into video games, but like the people that worked on Mortal Kombat, like the latest Mortal Kombat that had to do the fatalities, they all got PTSD now and shit. Like some of them were like filing for grievances and shit because I guess to do the studying to make the fatalities in the game, they had to actually watch gore and shit like all day in this fucking like room, and then they had to like simulate the shit over and over again. They're like the executives are just meeting us in these things like you gotta fucking make it splatter like this and make it even crazier and show the fucking spines, and it's like, oh god, like that's gotta
They're
suck,
pretty
man.
they're pretty brutal. Yeah, I do play hella video games. Actually, funny you mentioned Mortal Kombat. At one point, I lived in this house that burned down. Rest in peace, 1203. Um, but every single person besides like one who lived in the house was ranked top 100 in the world in MK9, including myself. So yeah, we went hard, dude. Yeah, it was fucked up like how good we all were, dude. I did it didn't make any sense.
Dude,
So
that's plugged, dude. I played competitively like at that time. MK9, MKX, and
yeah,
MK11. Like those are my. That's my. I'm naming my son. I'll cut this part out because I probably don't. Well, fuck it. I'll put it out there. Fuck it. It's the internet. I don't give a shit. I'm hanging fucking dong. Um, fucking. I'm naming my son Raiden after Raiden from Mortal Kombat. I fucking love that shit.
that's sick. I was hoping you were gonna name him Reptile though. That's more my steez. Um, yeah, no, that's fucking cool. Who'd you main MK9?
I was actually Sub Zero.
Ermac.
Ermac, oh god, fucking Ermac was
Yeah,
difficult, man. That was a painful matchup. I remember, fuck
yeah,
MK9, yeah, Sub Zero, and then Cabal. Once I learned how to dash cancel, I was hella playing Cabal too. He
yeah.
was a pain in
Cabal
my
was
ass.
sick. I did Ermac, and if I wasn't doing good with Ermac against someone, I switched to Kung Lao because
Oh, okay.
Kung Lao was fucking cheap. So, and the thing about both those characters is I could just let you never touch the ground. So that was like the goal.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, it's definitely sick.
That shit was crazy. That was probably my most hyped launch too. I copped like the fight stick and shit for it that they had the tournament edition. I remember like being so juiced. The guy hated me at GameStop, man. I think I was like 19 or something when it came. 18. No, no, no. Yeah, I was like 18 years old, and I remember going to GameStop and fucking like looking through the window at the dude, and the guy was like 40. He didn't want to be there. Like it was just a fucking job to him. And it was the day it came out, and I'm like waiting there by
Right.
the door, and he came over and like fucking he hella scolded me and shit for standing there like that. He was like, "Hey man, like, you know, you you shouldn't be standing there at the door before we open. That's very disrespectful, man." Now I got it because I put my handprints all over the fucking glass too, because I was just so pumped. But yeah, fuck that guy.
Ridiculous.
He got fired.
Fuck it. Um, yeah, that was definitely sick. I stopped at 10 just because it got like slower and like felt clunkier, and I wasn't good at it anymore. So I was like, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, it sucks when you got to relearn because that's a
So
game where they change. Like Street Fighter's the same every fucking year. They just add a little
yeah,
bit. Mortal Kombat, they like change the styles and shit. I actually I didn't fuck with MKX until Alien came out as a DLC character, and then
same.
yeah, this dude showed me how to use Alien, and like I got deep as fuck. Like I would literally just be tail whipping motherfuckers back to back to back. It was fun, man. I really
Yeah,
digged it after that.
that's dope. Yeah, if I have free time, I generally spend it playing video games. That's my shit. So currently trying to figure out a rig I can take on the road so I don't have to not have video games for like 2 months. So that's on my list of priorities. So,
Shit, you play classic games too?
like what?
Like PS2? You fuck with PS2 and that kind of shit?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Oh, bro, I gotta hook you up then. Fucking, I know how to mod PS2s and put every game on a fucking hard drive on that shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's definitely dope. We used to do that with like Wii's and stuff. You know what I mean? Just we'd have everything. Um, right now I'm PS5 gaming, but I'm trying to get like a Razer laptop so I can like bring it on tour and keep playing. I play Destiny like religiously, and then I'm fucking balls deep in Elden Ring right now. So
Yeah,
it's consuming my entire life.
dude, I feel that. I had to get off the Elden Ring after like I want to say I hit like level 40. I think I'm like 26, 27 hours into it. And I played on PS5 too. So like the pop in was starting to bug me. Like when the grass just like pops in and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm on the next gen console and the pop in's still
Yeah,
happening.
it's just too big, man. That's all it is. I mean, I looked forward to Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West for years, and it came out, and I started playing it, and I was like, damn, this is not that dope.
Dude, I feel
So
you on that.
it's pretty clunky. I'm gonna wait a little while for it to get all the way there. So
Yeah, like I want to buy more games, man, but I fucking can't because I got the kid on the way. I'm gonna be buying him games in a couple years though, so that'll balance out.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
Whew.
dude, fucking yeah, that's sick, man. That's crazy. So you be fucking with the games. As far as movies go, like what are some movies that like you ever see? Okay, have you ever seen you ever seen Vulgar?
Nah, I haven't.
Oh man, watch that movie and you're gonna get some fucking crazy ass samples to pull out of your back pocket. I'm telling you.
Nice. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
I don't watch a whole lot of movies. I miss stuff. Like it takes me forever to like get into something. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like some type of man who hates cinema. It takes me a long time to like actually go. Okay, I'm gonna sit down for 3 hours and watch something. You know?
Yeah. It is a it's a commitment, to fucking put time aside like that, especially when you're busy. I try to do that shit nowadays and like it's fucking hard, man, between all the different shows I'm doing on here, between, the kid coming like and I can't imagine having to balance that shit on tour as you get older and you're going on tour cuz I'll tell you this, like I'm about your age. I can't fucking sleep on like my homie's couch anymore. Like I'm just old. Like I'm like fuck, I need to be in my bed. And I can't imagine being on a tour for fucking a couple weeks. How do you do it, as at this age?
I have crippling insomnia to where I sleep maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. So I don't even think about it. It is what it is at this point. Like I just straight up do not sleep. Um, we'll find out. I don't know. I haven't been on tour in 3 years because of fucking COVID. So this is the first time I'm getting back out. So it won't be the best time of my life. It won't be the worst time of my life, but we'll make do, you know? So
Damn, man. Fucking mood ring, dude. How did when did you feel like where do you feel mood ring is at right now with your vision for this project? Like, you've been dabbling in all sorts of different projects and then this seems like it has the most footing, especially when you're doing a tour like this. Like how did it surprise you that this was the band that like really is getting there and then like how do you feel it stacks up with your other projects? I don't know. That's a very loaded question. That's like five questions.
no, it's cool. So I think that it makes the most sense that like most people listen to it currently. I mean, at the end of the day, like I do appreciate the hype that we have, but in the grand scheme of things, like we are still nothing, you know. Um, I don't know. Like Moodring doesn't have a ceiling on it. There's no like limit to where it will go. especially opposed to like the death metal stuff I do. You know, you don't make death metal to fucking pay the bills. You make death metal because you like it. And I do hope that one day my Moodring is my full-time job. You know what I mean? That would be incredible. I've got a list of goals. That's definitely on there. I do. The vision is like not even close to being complete. Like not even. It hasn't even started yet. So I just I wake up every day and I think about like, yo, what is next? Like, what could I be doing to like take this a step further? It sucks that we like as artists live in this world of, you know, complete domination of social media, and now it's not even, you know, when I started this shit, MySpace was like fresh, you know, and then then it was Facebook, then it was Instagram, then it was Twitter. It's not even any of them. It's fucking TikTok, and like I'm supposed to learn TikTok at damn near almost 30 years old. Like I don't want to fucking do that. So, it's hard, man. It's just all I can say is that I just want to write the best music I can and package it well, and hopefully people like it. And if you don't, it's not your thing. That's totally fucking cool. I get it. So,
Damn, that's well said, man. Like seriously, like so fucking Vince McMahon or no, whoever WWE has or AEW has fucking scouting for their fucking, not scouting, that sounds so stupid, whoever they have curating their music for their product, they reach out to you and they're like, yo, we want this song to be this dude's.
I know who handles all their fucking music. It's like someone in the hardcore scene, actually.
Really?
But I don't think I'm like allowed to say names. I don't know. Maybe I am. Who knows? I'm not gonna run it. But someone who produces is like actually an inspiration of mine, is like one of their curators. So it explains the whole like Code Orange connection and shit, you know?
Yeah.
So because like Code Orange has been involved, Incendiary's been involved. There's been a lot of shit. But yeah, they are not disconnected by any means. So yeah, no, but if they hit us up, fuck yeah, dude. I'd love to write intro songs for wrestlers. I reached out to a couple UFC fighters who I have like a loose connection to. I was like, yo, let me write you a song. It didn't work out, but I'll try again later.
Dude, keep it pushing, bro. You know Curtis Blades? I used to be talking to that fool in the DMs all the time, man, trying to get him to play my shit.
Dude, Curtis Blades is fucking sick, dude. His fight, last 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So gnarly.
It
was nice to see him. It was nice to just not see him hold someone on the ground and actually knock someone out. So that was fucking cool.
I was worried about
That's my
him.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did seem like he was on a skid, but I think it's over. I like fighting like MMA in general, especially UFC, because how easily accessible it is. I fucking love that shit.
Really?
So,
what?
Yeah, I was in Jacksonville last weekend with my homies. I went to that fight.
Bro, fucking okay. How juiced were you during the fucking Hamzat Gilbert Burns fight, dude?
It was the craziest fucking things I've ever witnessed in my entire life. Like, it was absolutely nuts. You know what's funny too is the prelims were like fucking sick. You know, like they had like so much energy, and then the main card started, and I remember all of us like had been drinking a little bit. We were getting tired, and I remember the vibe like had severely changed. No one like really wanted to be there anymore. The stadium was quiet, and then that fight happened, and it was like getting fucking like struck by lightning. It was fucking insane, dude.
Yeah. Dude.
So it was honestly nuts. I could have left after that fight. We should have left after that fight. I don't know. The fucking Jan Sterling fight fucking sucked for obvious reasons. And then I knew Volkanovski was going to beat the fucking shit out of Korean Zombie, so we really could have just left.
Yeah, dude. All right, like he fucking gets pieced up by Ortega, and then he fucking beats Dan Ige to get a title shot. Like, what the fuck? Why did the Zombie? That was like fucking sending like what's her name? That chick that they sent to fight fucking Nunes, the one that looked like she was on her way to her like deathbed when she was walking in and shit. I forgot who it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, Megan Anderson. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was bad. Um, yeah, I don't know. That was all sad afterwards too. I saw like in person like Korean Zombie pretty much just like lose his will to do it anymore, and it was a very like fucking weird way to end the night because I was just fucking on fire after that Kamzat Burns fight. So I don't know. It
Yeah.
was it was rough.
Yeah, he's the real deal, man. I remember when
People are saying like his stock is lowered now and it shows he's human. He chose to stand in front of Gilbert Burns and like put on a show. That was a decision. You could hear his coaches in the stadium screaming, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know
yeah.
what I mean? You could hear it, and he didn't give a fuck. Like he was like, "I'm going to stand in front of this guy and like risk getting knocked out to put on a show." I thought it was cool, man.
Yeah.
So
He's a savage, dude. He really like
yeah,
he is the real fucking deal. The top 5 are straight killers. You get
it's
11.
it's insane, dude. It's honestly fucking insane. I think that the difference in that division, like welterweight in general, between like their top 5 versus the rest of the top 20, it's just not even fucking close. Like I watched that Vicente Luque, Bilal Muhammad fight last night, and all I could think the entire time is they couldn't touch anyone above them. Like it's just not gonna fucking happen, dude.
Yep.
Dude, Burns is the real fucking deal too, dude. That decision could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought Burns might have had
like it
it
was
for his activity
low
in
key,
the third round.
low key, yeah, just because the last 20 seconds of fucking Kamzat not swinging at all and just eating fucking overhand rights to the face repeatedly. Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, his
But
head movement just like he forgot to move his fucking head. He was too gassed to move his head or
yeah, we was
throw
tired
anything.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that would be an issue going into that fight for sure. But we'll see. I think he fights Colby next, so
Oh man.
I'm stoked.
I think he
I'm
dogs
stoked.
Kobe. I think he does. Fucking the Kobe's got the gas tank, but if he fights him, he's a bad matchup for him. I think he has too much power. He has too much power to get thrown around, and Kobe doesn't have enough power to put him away. If he was taking shots like that from Gilbert Burns and not going down from them, then I think there's no way Kobe does it to him.
Yeah,
That's
I think you're right too. Like especially like because if you go back to the Usman Burns fight, Burns almost knocked his ass out. You know what I mean? We all saw it. It was early. Um, you're probably right. I think it just all is going to depend on his mental going in it.
yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. He said he was too excited at this last one, and that's why he wasn't listening to his coaches and shit too. So that could be
well, yeah, dude, he's
yeah.
fought for like no one, and then he got in that fucking stadium full of rednecks in fucking Jacksonville, and it was deafening in there. I've never felt energy like that in my entire life. I will go every single time it's in Jacksonville from here on out.
Yeah. Dude, that's killer,
So
man.
yeah, it's fucking dope.
Yeah, you guys are lucky to have some shit like that out here because I'm in the Bay Area. We get fucking Bellator, man. I'm like, I'm not. I went to Bellator. I got scammed one time by Bellator and fucking went. Ended main event ended with a fucking eye poke. I was like, bruh, come on, man.
There's some dope fighters in Bellator though. Like if there are some dope fighters, I would go if it was around.
Yeah, I almost went last week. They had Corey Anderson versus Nemkov, and then the Pitbull fight at the end. But I was after watching it, I was kind of happy I didn't go because it fucking ended in a headbutt. It was that accidental headbutt shit, and I was like, man, what the fuck, But I
That
like
shit
the
happens.
energy when you're there.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, unmatched, dude.
It feels crazy, bro. Yeah, it's seriously one of the craziest feelings I've ever felt in my entire life. I've got really bad social anxiety, especially since like pandemic. I've been freaking out in public lately. I wasn't there just because it was just like, for lack of better words, it was fucking lit. So,
Dude, I think about that, man. I'm like, during the pandemic, I transitioned to work from home. So I was in a garage every fucking day. At the very beginning, like it was crazy out here, dude. Like I'm in California, like, near San Francisco. So it was fucking,
yeah.
it was like, what the fuck? We were getting groceries and putting them in the garage with the mask and the gloves on and wiping shit down. Like I didn't want to die. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was terrified, man. My mail, I would throw in a pile like in the corner of my garage like for days before I'd open it. Like, oh
Fuck.
god.
Yeah, it was never like that in Florida. It maybe the first couple of weeks of it being bad, it was kind of like a ghost town, and then collectively all of Florida just went, yeah, fuck this. So it was never really like that.
Yeah, that's what
So I mean,
Danny Morris was telling me about that. He's from Gates of Morning, and yeah, he was like, he caught COVID early on, I guess, in Florida, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, there was no avoiding that shit. You know, you go to work, fucking, that's pretty much like it's a
you're
wrap
getting
for
it.
you."
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I had
said
it
he.
like three. I've had it like three fucking times.
It sucks, dude.
Every time wasn't as bad as the last one though. Like the first one, like I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. The second time, I was like, damn, I'm pretty sick. This last time, I didn't even know I had it really. I was like, I'm gonna take a test. And then I took it and went, oh, guess I'm inside for the next 10 days. So that was it really.
Yeah, dude, that shit fucking. It's crazy, man, how it changed everything, dude. And then like people were just going absolutely crazy. But I think about like the agoraphobia. Like, I wonder if like I'm lightweight agoraphobic because I noticed like I got really into those like public freak out videos and shit too. Like during that, because there are always those videos of people like don't not wanting to wear masks and like everything was just going to chaos for that year too. So I was like all up in the drama just watching it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? And then like now I realized it because I was like I want to go to this store, right? And I was like gonna go to the store, and I was like, nah, I kind of don't want to go there. It's like kind of in a bad area. And then I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is wrong with me? I lived there for like 4 years, dude. Like I'd never tripped
Yeah,
off the fucking crazy people walking downtown, like, you know?
it is. It is what it is. Yeah, for sure. I feel you. I haven't like. I mean, I don't like give a fuck about going outside or anything like that. It's just been like at shows. Oh, my bad.
That's all good.
I'm back. At shows lately, it's fucking. I've been extremely anxious. So tour is going to be interesting.
Yeah, fucking.
So
When you're doing live shit with Moodring, do you like do you jump in? You ever jump in the crowd or like let people touch you and shit like that?
our CD release show I did, yeah, and that was like September of last year. So it was definitely even heightened then. I didn't think about it at the moment, you know. And
Yeah.
then I there was a few days following. I was like, it might be coming. So
Oh fuck.
um, yeah, I think about it after every single show. I'm like, am I gonna get sick? But that's just I don't know, dude. We're all fucking paranoid, of course, but like it's just natural at this point.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
So
It sucks because like I come off as an asshole to people. Like Mike from Barbaric Brutality. I know he doesn't think I'm an asshole, but I feel like I'm being an asshole. Dude lives 45 minutes away from me. Like I talk to him all the fucking time, and I'm like, like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, man, I can't make it to that show. I can't make, like Snuffed on Sights here. Everybody's fucking here all the time. My wife's pregnant, so that's why I'm like, all right,
yeah, no,
I gotta be careful, and until the
that's
baby's here.
different. That's different though. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. That's different.
Yeah, I was bummed though, because I was like, fuck, man, I want to get my ass out there. Like, I talk to all these motherfuckers through the screen all the time. I'm like the fucking, what's his name? I'm like the Wizard of fucking Oz, dude. I'm like behind a fucking thing just controlling shit. I'm like, never get to like see people.
Yeah, for sure. I almost went to a show tonight, and then I did not. Well, I also remember we had this scheduled, but I was gonna go, and then part of me was just like, nah. I've got a long day tomorrow, so I record this band called Cold Steel from Tampa, and then I have probably the last time I'll practice with Bodybox before tour. So I'm gonna go do that and hang out with them and shit. So
What do you guys have lined up? Like, what's the next after your tour? That they're filling in with. How what's the next move for them or your band?
there's music that's done. I don't really know what to do with it. Um, I need more for sure. I think we're dropping a cover here pretty soon. That's been recorded forever, and yeah, I don't know. I think they'll probably play some of the newer stuff on tour. I hope they do because they're dope fucking songs. But yeah, I don't know. We're thinking about doing an LP, but it's also like, god damn, that's a lot of work. So I don't know. It's just a matter of me and Harrison like having the time lined up to knock it out.
Yeah. That's fucking.
So
It's interesting, man. Like, full, like an LP and a Bodybox LP. It's like kind of like a weeping LP. It's like something that, and I think Theo told me specifically he doesn't plan on doing like a full length because his songs are so short. He's like, that would be like fucking what, like 20 songs or some shit.
yeah, I mean, I just mean like a 10 track ish record. So Bodybox is a hard one to write for though. You can only write so many just absolutely like dumb things. So it's hard.
I don't know, man. I did Bud Incantation. That like, I got a lot more in me, dude. We could do like fucking me and Mike. If Mike wants to bless me with some more shit, I could bust out a full length fucking Bud Incantation.
That's fucking sick. Yeah, Mike is the homie, man.
Yeah, I love that guy, dude. He was like, he's probably the most positive individual that I ever met, and I met him very early on when I started doing my show and doing all this shit, and I think I hear him in the back of my head whenever I make a hot take, like that shit I said earlier about Deftones. Like, I shouldn't be taking hot takes like that on fucking, like, while being recorded. You know what I mean? Because like, I'm gonna fucking
Dude, it's hard not to. I mean, dude, most death metal dudes fucking hate Deftones. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Um, he doesn't fucking like Deftones. He's told me, he doesn't like Deftones. It's whatever. I can still be friends with someone who does not like a band. Like it doesn't matter to me. You know,
yeah.
I listen to so much shitty rap that the majority of my friend group is like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Well, it's lit. I'm having fun. I don't give a fuck if people like it or not." So,
What do you think about
um,
100 Gex and
I,
Hyperpop?
I'm not a fan of hyperpop. Um, but I have friends who make hyperpop and they're very good at it, and clearly they're doing something right because people like it. It's just not my thing. So,
Would you have you ever felt that way about some music and then like changed your mind and started making it?
oh yeah, I mean for sure. I mean, I don't know about not making it, but I've definitely come around on shit for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll give you a good example. The first time I heard Young Thug for the first time, 12, 13 years ago, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I mean, I heard the song Lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Bro, you put on Lifestyle and I'm partying, like it's going down, like I love that shit now. So
Oh fuck, I feel that. I remember seeing that and being like, "What the fuck?" It was just. I watched the video so much because it was so comical. Like when fucking
it,
Birdman's walking out of the plane, just hella buff and shit. Like I remember.
yeah, dude, the whole thing is fucking wild. But I mean, I love it now, and have for probably there's a few years of me not getting it, and then it clicked one day, and I went, okay, yeah, this is dope. So I think that like something like Bodybox is like the same train of thought. It's not supposed to be like looked into in this like, it's not. How can I say this and sound smart? It's not dense. There's not lore. There's not fucking like this crazy fucking thing to dig into and like take all these magical pieces away that people love to do with music. It's just not fucking there, man. And I think that's what makes it sick. I like music that is dope, that hits hard, but still has like comedic value to it. I think the Body Box is a funny fucking band, and I think that's why it does well. Like, and I think something. The first time I fucking heard Rich Gang Lifestyle, same shit. So the second I tried to stop looking for things that weren't there, I could step back and go, "Oh man, I enjoy this."
Yeah.
So
How do you feel about Little Peep? His music.
uh, I wasn't into Peep like a lot of my other friends were, but I was actually turned off by Peep because of their fan base for sure. But postpartum, I've heard stuff and been like, "This is tight," you know. It's not necessarily like geared towards me. I don't like emo rap in general, like kind of as it's just not my thing. And I say that as someone who loves pop music. I love like top 40 pop music. I cannot get behind emo rap. It's just not my thing. Probably because when I was emo. Like I grew up, I got bullied. I fucking went through the whole thing, before finding, hardcore and death metal and stuff. So with that being said, it's kind of like, damn, like y'all are cashing in on this shit, aren't you? Not saying that he was doing that necessarily, but like especially what followed him.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
what is
yeah.
happening? What's happening now is fucking abysmal. Like I wish.
That's that's what my homie was saying about the hardcore scene. I'm like, I don't know, because he said he was like Little Peep ruined the rap game, and I was like, what do you mean Little Peep ruined the rap game? He was a great, brilliant songwriter. That's what I said, and he was like, nah, man. He said, didn't you notice everybody wanted to be Little Peep after Little Peep, and then you got a bunch of Little Peeps going around making god awful music, and
That happens though, man. Like that's unavoidable. It's
yeah,
like I don't know, dude. How many bands wanted to fucking sound like hate single show without hearing a Hatebreed riff? I mean, and let's go further back than that. Everyone, their fucking mom wanted to be Pantera or Metallica. Like you cannot avoid that. That's just called having cultural impact or weight.
yeah,
So if you got star power, of course people are going to want to be like you. So
yeah, man. So I gotta cut
I
this.
want to know what I
Huh?
want to know what hardcore bands he referenced.
I was just about to tell you. I'm gonna cut this part right here because I don't want. I don't want to
Oh,
hear
don't
this.
don't be soft.
I fucked tough with this band. That's why I don't want to say it. But second, I know we had this conversation. I had the conversation with him, and I was like, "Yeah, this," because we were recording, and I was like, "Yeah, this conversation ain't going on." Well, no one knows who I'm talking about. No one knows who I'm talking about. Said it. He said Gulch. And I'm like, I fucked up with Gulch. I don't think there's anything fraudulent about Gulch. They're from Santa Cruz. I fucking know the guitarist, dude, and I think I know the
That's a
guitarist.
really bad take. That's just having fucking like envy and like in your heart because they sold a bunch of fucking merch.
That's
Like
what.
that band fucking rules. And anyone who hopped on the Gold train because they made a bunch of money off a hoodie, like that's fucking insane. Also, here's the thing about that. Because it got so out of hand, they literally put them up for unlimited pre-order to destroy the resale value on it to make that stop. Like that band did not want to be that, and unfortunately, like it sucks they're not a band anymore. They were one of the first things in hardcore I liked in a hot minute.
Yeah, I
So
I saw them live, dude. Like, or not like live, but I seen their show they did. I think it was like in Philly, and I was like captivated. I was like, what the fuck?
they're
These
so
guys are
sick.
sick.
They're so sick.
Yeah, man.
It's that death metal influence. You throw it on anything and do it well, I'm in.
Yeah.
So
That's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, they came out of Santa Cruz too, and like Santa Cruz is a cool place to be from. I knew hella people from Santa Cruz. Like I used to go there all the fucking time. And you know Oliver Tree, right?
yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
he's from Santa Cruz. Like that dude was like just a music kid. Like all he did was like he wanted to make music, and he was kind of like an outcast out there. He had his like small circle, and then his shit just like next thing you know, I see him on fucking MTV, and like it's a good place to be from and be
If I'm not
inspired.
mistaken, there's a lot of Olivers in pop music right now. But if I'm not mistaken, that dude was in a post-hardcore band back in the day,
I think he was.
um, called Tree Beers, and some friends of mine like fucked with them and were friends. So yeah, I definitely know who that guy is.
Yeah, it's super weird, man. Like just seeing that, what he turned into. It's crazy, but like I'm not surprised though that he's doing something, and I tell people that. I'm like, don't ever I think one of the things, I don't know, maybe like how like some people are like, "Oh, I'm never going to fucking sell out. You won't see me doing this kind of shit or doing that kind of shit." I think that limits people's fucking capabilities, man, if they're even thinking about that. One,
Like, oh no, I hate money. Please don't give me money. That's the dumbest fucking shit in the world, dude. Like,
mhm.
you need that shit to survive. So
Yeah,
I
straight
feel
up.
like mad people who say they'd never sell out, like, don't have the ability to sell out. Like, don't have like the talent or like the mental like willpower to quote unquote sell out. You know? my fucking one of my favorite quotes of all time. And don't get me wrong, I hate newer Metallica, but it's because it's just not good. It has nothing to do with them selling out. It's just not good music. But someone was like, "You sold out," and it was probably Lars who said it. He goes, "Yeah, I've sold out every single fucking show since 1989." I was like, "Yeah, good shit." I love that. I love that mentality.
Yeah, that's
So
a good thing, man. Like, and I'm guilty of it. Like I used to say that type of shit all the time, and like, I didn't realize it though. Like until I got a career like as a professional, and then I realized you have to have a professional mentality if you want to have any sort of success in your musical career. You have to be professional. You can't be out here saying crazy ass shit or like being like, unless it like falls in line with what you're trying to market. You can't fucking do that kind of shit. Like that's why I said like I got to be careful about hot takes that I make cuz like that's tame compared to the shit that I probably would have said previously or some of the shit that I've seen other people saying, you know what I mean?
yeah, at the same time, like words are words. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? You're allowed to have an opinion. Like I don't think we should live in a world where you're not allowed to not like something. That's no fun.
Yeah, I agree, man.
So I don't like lots of shit, dude. So much stuff. So it's just, but am I publicly talking about it? Nah. I mean, I publicly talk about my hate for ACDC every day. Um, what's another one of my most hated bands ever? Yeah, all right. So get this shit. I won't name the band, but I played guitar in this band called Culture Killer for a long time. And our first day of tour, I walked up on a band we were on tour with, and they were the headliners, old dudes, like legends in the game. And they were talking about Kiss, and I was like, "Yo, Kiss fucking sucks." And they were like, "Well, each of us have like rooms in our homes devoted to over $100,000 in Kiss memorabilia each." And I said, "That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life." I was like, "That's so fucking lame." They hate me. You know what I mean? They hated us. That was day one of that tour. They never liked me since. So do I regret doing that? 100%. So I was just being a dick. Like what you like.
Yeah, I feel that, dude.
So.
And that was fucking and that's why you don't fuck with blood incantation no more. No, I'm just playing.
Dude, I still like blood incantation. I just think that they're not very nice.
Yeah.
Like, but then again, like imagine blood incantation listening to fucking Bodybox. You'd be like, this isn't music. Or fucking or it's not really. Or Moodring. They'd be like, this is fucking, jock rock or whatever you want to fucking call it, like butt rock. We've been calling it butt gaze lately. I like that a lot.
Butt gaze.
Um,
That's
yeah, it's
good.
funny as fuck.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Who
dude.
doesn't like butt
Quote a butt
gazing?
gaze. Exactly. So, yeah, who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah, man. That's fucking sick. Is so you you got all these projects rocking. I haven't heard nothing new from Graveview in a cool minute.
Oh, it's done. We're having trouble releasing it, and that's about it. But I don't know how much we'll really do after it's dropped. It's a cool EP. I like it a lot. It's definitely personal and very heavy. But our other guitarist Kendrick moved to Colorado, and I don't know. I really didn't want to do the band without him. And then our bassist Aaron just joined like legendary fucking 90s metalcore band called Bloodlet, and they're going on tour with like Darkest Hour and shit, and they're doing like bigger stuff. So I think everyone's kind of got their own thing. Dylan, the drummer, joined Bodybox. I joined Bodybox. So it's just kind of we'll put it out, but nothing's probably going to happen afterwards. So
Yeah. Just kind of
I get
like
the
seeing where it
void that
goes.
yeah, the void that would be missing without Gravy was kind of filled by Bodybox already. You know, so even though they're very different animals, everyone's kind of got their own things going on. We're all homies. Don't get me wrong, but.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because like when I listened to Graveview, I was like, oh shit, there's no new Graveview. Like, what else is this dude doing that's heavy? And I checked out Moodring and I was like, all right, that's cool, but where's the heavy shit? And then I heard Bodybox and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And it kind of does fill that void. It's like, you are doing something that's like fucking, in that vein.
It's weird because like when I get, have conversations like these that are more moodring based, they don't know what the fuck Bodybox is. And if they check it out, they're like, yo, you do this? Like, what is this? It's like, well, I definitely can't explain. There's no way to make sense of this to you. This is like, there's layers to this shit, and you are just going lower and lower on the iceberg right now. So
you got to start by explaining hardcore dancing, and then you go from there.
We're down with like, the push mosh too. We'll play shows with like, legitimate death metal bands, and
what do you think?
We'll keep it.
What do you think about the Pit Demons? You ever heard about the Pit Demons?
I have.
You just smile.
Yeah, I have.
Me and Corpse Pile were hella talking about it. When I was talking to Corpse Pile, I always bring them up, fucking, because they told me about those cats, and I was just like, yo, who the fuck's trying to get patched in, bro? Like, Corpse Pile said that, yeah.
Holy fuck. Yeah, we don't have that here. Thank God. So.
Yeah, I've heard some like elitist ass takes on fucking hardcore dancing in the pit. I'm like, yo, man, if you're doing what you're doing, like I fucking I fucking dove off a stage, tried to crowd surf, and I landed on like the smallest chick in the crowd at this one show one time, and like I got grabbed and taken out of there immediately by security. Like they were just like, yo, you know what you did, and I was like, I know, I'm sorry. I'm grateful I just got taken out instead of getting my ass beat, right. I should have looked where the fuck I was jumping, It sucks.
You're in the heat of the moment, man. Shit happens. Yeah, I'm not one for mosh discourse, really. I don't give a fuck. If you don't want to get hit, just walk away. Like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
So, it seems like a pretty fucking easy.
I'm an old man.
Seems like an easy concept to swallow.
I'm at like when you go to the show and like they got the seated section and shit, that's where you'll catch me. I'm like there having a beer just like above everybody, just like, all right,
Depends on the band for me. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like with growing up, I don't go in like I used to, but depends on the band. Like I broke my hand during fucking Vomit Forth, a couple months back. So
damn.
Yeah, it was sick, and then continued to keep going and broke it more during Bog, because we opened for that tour they did with that Frozen Soul Sanguisuga Bog Vomit Forth inoculation run. There was no way we weren't playing it, so it was sick.
Dude, that's killer, man. Those guys are fucking.
Yeah,
that's a badass lineup. I wish I could have caught that. They were up in fucking Sacramento, and that was like right after I just saw Undeath for the first time, and I was like, I gotta see Bog and I gotta see Undeath. Those were the two bands like last year, and I missed the latter, but fucking, or no, not the latter, the first one. I don't know, fucking yeah, man, but I missed it. And is it true that I'm gonna sound like a fucking idiot? I haven't asked this question to anybody, but is it true that Frozen Souls makes it snow at some of their shows?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, dude, that's so sick. Like, what the fuck? Yo.
Yeah, that is a thing. I don't think I've ever seen them without them doing it. Like it's like part of their this part of their stage show. So,
dude, man, I'm so pissed that I fucking missed that. I think who else is coming over here? Dying Fetus is coming out next month, I think, with Undeath, and I don't know who else they're gonna be with, but they're playing at this venue that has horrible audio, so I'm like, I don't fucking know if I want to go, just because I won't be able to hear shit. Like, the way the acoustics are in the fucking building, everything just meshes. Like, I saw Black Dahlia there, and, like, I couldn't hear any of Brandon Ellis playing guitar. Like, it was just, I seen him, but it all just blended together.
Yeah, for sure. I love Dying Fetus.
Yeah.
I've been trying to convince Weeping to just become Dying Fetus 2.0. That's been like my agenda. So I can't do it, but they can.
Yeah, dude. Theo's savage, man. He's got the look. I was dying off of the Trend Death stickers fucking that Kareem made, dude. He sent me a
Yeah, dude.
stack fucking for distro, and I was just like, when I first seen that, I was dying. I was like, "Yo, how did you get a?" I was like, when did Kareem come at you with the trend death idea? Like, what made him think of that?" And he was like, "Bro," he just like flexed.
So sick. Yeah, he's gigantic, bro. The first time I ever met him, I was like, holy fuck, you're big.
How tall is he?
So,
Is he bigger than Mike?
dude, he's not as tall as Mike, but he's definitely like Theo's like jacked,
Yeah.
you know. And Theo's voice is one of the lowest things I've ever heard in my entire life. You know, it'll be 2 a.m. in my house when he's over, and I'll say, I'll have a hot take, and he'll just be, it's like all you just hear it throughout the entire fucking house, dude. So,
Damn, dude.
he's a funny guy. A loud motherfucker.
Yeah, killer frontman too. Like you take one look at Weeping and you're like, damn. Like in any of their live performances, they're shit. He's a great frontman to have, and he's definitely talented as fuck. Like, I think.
Yeah, he rips. We start what, Sunday? Yeah, so like almost a week from today, we're starting.
Damn, dude. Can't wait to fucking see what they got next. And so Theo said that he used to be, the way that he got linked up with you is that he was in the unmanageable Kong, and you used to manage Kong.
Nah,
No, you didn't manage. I thought you were the manager for Kong.
nah. I worked with one of Pigeon's old bands called Borderlines, which was a like deathcore band, like 2010 style deathcore band, and they were really heavy and really good. And I wanted to work with them. They just couldn't like really get it together. But so I had a relationship with Pigeon, their bassist, prior to that. And when he hit me up to record Weeping, I was like, well, what the fuck is Weeping? And I listened to it. And I was like, yeah, slide through. So that's literally all that happened. And then we clicked pretty well,
Did you?
So,
Would you say you're the manager for Weeping?
no.
No, you just got your hand in the pie.
No. I mean, I just help them record music. That's about it.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
I mean, I'll give them advice if they ask. Same with anyone I work with. But yeah, I don't manage anyone, and I never want to.
Yeah.
So,
do you have managers for your projects, or do you manage it yourself?
no, Moodring has a manager and a booking agent and a label. Bodybox is managed by Harrison and myself, I'd say. And Bodybox has an agent, but yeah, I do have a manager. Like Hunter Young as a person has a manager.
Damn.
So
that's cool, man. I'm glad I didn't have to go through no PR to get you on here, man. I don't fuck with PR.
Oh nah, dude. We only get like management involved in like stuff that involves like a lot of money. I had a bad run in with. I recorded a larger rapper and like wrote not that long ago, and there was a lot of money on the table and a lot of stuff. It's still not handled, honestly. So essentially, Moodring's manager was like, "Hey, how about I take this over for you?" And I said, "Sounds great." So, like, bands I'm friends with, it doesn't have to be that way, but if it's anything that's like, I don't know, I don't even have like a number in mind, but if it's anything like really, really serious, then yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to handle it myself.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. So, I feel like once my shit takes off, because like, the revenue's starting, but it's like when the revenue gets serious, I'm gonna hand all that shit off to somebody else because I don't want to fucking.
You should, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot to take care of yourself. I mean, there's a thought of like, well, if you do it all yourself, you don't have anyone like breaking like off your money. But at the same time, it's like, well, fuck, the amount of stress I don't have to go through is like 100% worth that.
Yeah, and like vendors, advertisements, all that kind of shit. Like with like podcasting too, it's like you don't fucking. There could be shit I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I could be fucking myself out of a lot of money, like by not.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. It's definitely to have someone with the knowledge on top of it. I do have to jet here momentarily, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Well, shit. I guess we'll just wrap it up, man. Thanks for coming on the show. It's an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I appreciate it. It's been awesome.
fucking anything you want to plug before you dip out?
Yeah, Bodybox is going on a full US tour. It starts in like 2 weeks, May 14th. They're playing literally the entire country. Go fucking see them. I wish I could be there partying. And then Moodring is going on tour starting May 19th at Rockville, and then we play So What right after that, and we'll pretty much be hitting the whole US too. So check out the fucking, dates near you. Come kick it. We'll shoot the shit, talk about fighting and video games. And yeah, I don't know. That's really about it. Moodring's dropping music here in a week or so, and I think Bodybox is going to as well. So check that shit out. And if you're in a band that wants to sound really bad but really good at the same time, come record something with me.
Right on.
So yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hunter Young.
Hell yeah.